Hello, friends, and welcome to the Relationship Revolution. Yeah, that's what we're about here. We are about revolutionizing the way you think about love, the way you go about your relationships, and the potential that your relationship has to elevate everything in your life. Today, we are going to, and by we, I mean me, although the business is me and my partner, Cal. Okay, so today I am going to talk about what the real work of our relationship is, because a lot of people think that they're doing the work, or they say that they're gonna do the work, and then they don't really know what that means. Or they think the work means something that it doesn't. Or they put their energy and efforts in a place of work that actually doesn't have the payoffs they're looking for in their relationship. So if you are the kind of person who wants to do the work to help your relationship become everything that it can become, to help your relationship be a source of energy and ease and support and safety so that you can do all of the big, brilliant, beautiful things that you are trying to do in your life, then you need to be here for this conversation, okay? Because we're gonna turn this thing on its head, and I want to introduce to you this like new and probably radical idea about what your work is, okay? But before we get into it, for those of you who may be new to me, I want to take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Jenny Wallach. The doctor comes from a PhD and 15 years of work as a couple and family therapist. Relationships have been my obsession for my lifetime, and yet all of my schooling and education did not prepare me for the relationship that I had with my partner and soulmate, Calvin. In fact, he has been one of the greatest teachers that I have ever had when it comes to what a relationship actually needs. And he taught me those things through our differences, through our conflicts, through a lot of breaking up and getting back together, and through hitting again and again these barriers that none of what I had learned was really helping me get past, until I flipped that shit on its head for myself and figured out what was actually going to work. And bottom line, what that meant is I stopped looking at like how he was, what he needed to do to change, and I started looking at what I could do to be a part of the solutions that I wanted. And that's everything, my friend. That is everything that we're about. That is everything. If you get nothing else from any of the work that we ever do here, let it be that. Let it be that you are powerful. Let it be that you are the one who can make make things different, who has to be the one to make things different. And it takes one. Now, maybe you're having some reactions to that. I'm not going to say that, like, by saying it takes one, it doesn't also take two. If your partner is unwilling to dance with you, yeah, unwilling to be in the relationship, unwilling or unable to participate in an actual relationship with you, okay, the relationship maybe won't change. But if they're willing, if they like want to be in this relationship with you, if they want to have a life with you, if they care about your well-being and they care about becoming a better person, even if they don't really want to like do the work, then it's just going to take you. Okay. And that's not our topic today. I'm on a little bit of a tangent, but it is nevertheless an important thing to understand when we're talking relationship revolution. So in our work, Powerful Love, we have created a proven 3-pillar Powerful Love method that it elevates our clients' relationships to the next level, even if their partner isn't engaged. And the idea behind our work is not just to like fix problems. Like it really is, like I said, about redefining your relationship. It's about revolutionizing the dynamics, the dance that you're in, and empowering you to have a clear pathway to a lifelong partnership that elevates your happiness, your impact, and your highest potential, my friend. A foundational assumption in this work is that your relationship is foundational to your success. If your relationship is suffering, I promise you some, if not every other area of your life is also suffering. Your business, your health, your sleep, your eating habits, your happiness, your parenting, your work with colleagues or employees, your finances, like it's all tied because our relationship is a cornerstone of our lives, right? So what we propose is that improving your relationship, strengthening, solidifying, expanding, growing, nourishing, flourishing your relationship is the secret key to elevating everything else in your life. Because we, my friends, are designed for human connection. We are designed to share our life, to be in partnership and community. None of us exists independently, despite the very toxic individualistic programming in our world. And there's a lot of science that proves that. And again, I'm not getting into that today either. I just want you to know, as we get started, if you're new to me, this is what we're about, is elevating everything in your life through the powerful force that is your relationship. And fucking making your relationship amazing along the way too, okay? So enough of that. Let's get into it. What are we talking about today? We are talking about the actual work of your relationship. So a lot of people, when they think about the work of relationships, they think about putting time and attention into your partner, going on dates, making time and prioritizing sex and intimacy, having conversations, communicating about things, even when they're difficult, and maybe even like learning about relationships. And all of those things are important. Like, don't get me wrong. You need to be doing all of those things if you want your relationship to sustain and grow over time. Yet, that's not the work. That is not the real work that your relationship needs you to be doing. The real work isn't even going to therapy or hiring a coach or mentor like us when you're struggling. That is an invitation maybe into doing some of the work. That's a willingness to solve problems and help your relationship heal and grow and expand. All of that is really good, but that is not the work. The work is something far deeper, far more personal, and micro, my friends. The real work that you need to be doing in your relationship is bringing consciousness to your moment by moment relational self. That is the work. What do I mean by that? You know your mind is always going with some kind of thoughts, right? Well, as much as it's thinking about your business or your kids or your finances, whatever's taking up your mind space, it's also got a talk track or running narrative about your relationship. Okay? So bringing consciousness to your moment to moment is being aware of what that story is, what meaning you are giving to your relationship, and how that is informing your behaviors. It is then also being aware of, in the moment, how you are showing up, how you are really responding to the relationship dance. How are you responding when your partner says that thing that annoys you? How are you responding when your partner is grumpy? How are you responding to your partner's defensiveness? How are you responding when you realize you weren't happy with this thing that happened and you need to bring it up? The real work of our relationship is in like growing this neural connection between our auto programmed reactivity, the autopilot that we are on 90 plus percent of the time, the talk tracks, the think tracks, the dance steps, the patterns that we all get habituated to in our lives and our relationships, that are the triggers that show up when your partner says this or does this again, when this topic comes up, or when you're confronted with this experience in your relationship, when your partner does not behave the way that you want them to, when they made a decision that you disagree with, when they said a thing that was hurtful. How are you reacting? Are you conscious of what's happening within your body and your mind? Are you conscious of your very next move? See, the work, especially when things are not like easy and going well, is about being able to slow down enough to move deliberately, powerfully, from a place of love and self-leadership, from a place of relational intelligence and recognition that you and your partner are tied, and that how you respond right now is going to have an impact on how they feel and how you feel and how the rest of your day is going to go, how the rest of your week is going to go, right? It is leaning into courage when your nervous system feels attacked, or like it wants to shut down, or like it just wants to fix things and go away, or when it's frozen and it doesn't know what to do. It's going against your whole body, screaming at you, all of these parts telling you like you got to get out of here, or you got to tell them how wrong they are, or that this isn't fair and you deserve better, or this is fucked, I don't have to deal with this, or I just don't want to, or I'm too tired, or I'm too stressed, or all that shit that comes up. Maybe not all the time, but in the times that it matters, in the times when you and your partner like hit a stumbling block or encounter your recurring challenges, or that topic that you just can't get through, or that injury that hasn't been all the way healed, or this issue that you haven't been able to really see eye to eye on and get past, and now like every time it comes up, like it activates you. How do you deal with that activation? That is the work. And it doesn't happen by reading about it or thinking about it or talking about it. It doesn't happen by learning about it or even getting coaching or mentorship on it. It happens by practicing it. By practicing it. But here's the thing, you can only practice like this new skill, this new like increased awareness, this new increased consciousness by being aware, first of all, that you're even doing this, that you're even in this practice. That's even the work that you have to do. So congratulations, check that list. Check that off the list, right? If you're here watching this, you've now got that awareness. You're aware that your work is to increase your consciousness on your moment to moment beingness in your relationship, okay? Then you need to have opportunities to have who you're being reflected back to you. This is where learning, reading, coaching, mentorship, like supportive containers, relationship programs can be, and frankly, I would argue are essential, so that you have that accountability, that opportunity to see yourself, to see where you were missing choices, to see what could have gone differently. Now, life and your relationship is going to offer you opportunities to see that one way or another, okay? And that happens when things don't go well. So if you're not inclined to find or get support to help you accelerate this work, then just know that anytime you're not feeling good, anytime that your relationship is not, something didn't go well, or it's not as good as you want it to be, that is feedback. That is your cue to turn inward and do some self-examination around what's been going on a non-conscious level, on an auto-programmed level, within you, my friend. Because it's really easy to see what's going on with your partner and what they're doing or not doing that is resulting in this experience that you're having, but that's not where your power is. You're not going to get very far trying to get them to understand or to change. In fact, your real power is in looking at how you have contributed to how they're being, how you are contributing with your own narratives to your experience of how they're being, and how you can participate in setting them up for success in responding the way you actually want them to respond. You have so much power to change your experience in your relationship, the dance in your relationship, to influence your partner in a positive way, from a place of love, from a place of inspiring their best, calling them into a higher level of love and relational being themselves by who you be and how you lead yourself through those moments. Again, I'll say that this requires slowing down. You can't respond from fast brain reactivity. That's where your brain and your body want to go. Consciousness shows up when you slow down. And the truth is, for a lot of our clients, the slowdown process happens after there's been a fuck up. I'm thinking of one couple that we're working with right now, and actually two, where right after a session that we talked about a thing that needed to change, right? And one of the partners in the system committed to like making that change. They knew, they understood it, they got it, they were gonna work on it. And then very soon after the session, we hear back from their frustrated spouse that they just did the thing that they said they weren't going to do. And I get that that's super frustrating. Like I've been there and I get it. And that's part of the practice. That's part of the learning, right? Like they repeated the pattern in fast brain because those neural connections aren't there yet. And so what we were able to do was coach the frustrated partner on how to make sense of the fact that their spouse just repeated a mistake that they said they wouldn't try not to make anymore, that they were going to work on, and help them understand how their response to that mistake can either help their partner reflect on it and learn it and integrate it so that next time they have an opportunity to practice, they're more likely to succeed, or reinforce that they suck and they failed and that they have made a mistake, and by leaving them feel like a piece of shit for it, which isn't fair because none of us learn things like that and then are suddenly good at them, especially not in like relationship skill sets. It's just not how our psychology works. That like in that feeling crappy about making a mistake again, there's an anxiety, there's a pressure, there's a fear. And when we're in that energy, we're less likely to succeed the next time we have an opportunity to practice. So this is how we coach like the partner who was frustrated about this repeat behavior. Now, the partner who had the repeat behavior, we coach them by helping them slow down and look at what happened for them. Where did this come from? Why did this happen? Like, you said you were committed. Let's gain awareness in hindsight so that your brain still has this memory of consciousness about your behavior patterns. What comes up? Like, what's driving it? What stories were you telling? And now, on the other side of making the mistake of repeating the pattern, they get to like learn and grow and connect some new dots, which is going to create a scaffolding that is going to support them in doing a better version of it the next time. Maybe not getting it 100% right, but it's going to be a more aware, a more conscious, a deeper understanding, right? Like a different version of who they are and how they show up the next time, because they're learning. And this is how learning happens, right? Consciousness, slowing down, doing, like getting intentional about what's going on in our minds, how we are, and then how we are showing up and engaging, who we are being in the relationship. That, my friends, is the work. And when you get good at that work, when you get good at having that awareness, of being able to slow down and be conscious of what you need to say and what you probably shouldn't say out loud, and what is your shit, like what about your how you're feeling right now is because of how you're interpreting it, or because of your past, or because of your trauma, or because of your triggers, or because of your fears or insecurities, and how much of it is actually something that your partner needs to do to change, and how can you share with your partner about how you feel so that they can really receive it and hear it and understand and be more likely to respond with care and concern and actionable changes. Those are the skills. Those are the skills that transform everything and make your relationship so much easier, so much safer, so much more enjoyable. And when your relationship becomes this enjoyable space of like energy and fulfillment, it's like having more weekend time in your week, like more leisure, more self-care, like woven throughout every piece of your day, because you have this love, this security, this support, this channel to connection and being known and being cared about, that really truly feeds the human soul. And now, because you have that energy input in this beautiful relationship that you've created and are nurturing, not only are you not being drained by problems, you have a surplus of energy that you can give to healing more of your own trauma, or growing your business, or being a better parent, or writing that book. Whatever it is that's pulling you, that's calling you in your dreams, your relationship can be the fuel for, if you know how to create it that way. That's the work that we do with our clients in our Next Level Love program. Okay, that is what we believe, that is what we teach, that is what we live. And so if you get that and you desire that for yourself, then I want to invite you to reach out and schedule a call with us, because we would love to see you level up who you be and level up how your relationship feels, and get to watch how everything else in your life levels up too, because you've gone through this program, because you've gotten the support in the container to make it happen and be successful, to get a clear, proven path to doing the work in a way that works. Our Next Level Love Momentum program, we have one spot open in our mastery program, which is our private program. So if you want to work with us privately, one-on-one, I would let us know right away. That program is a 6-month program for $18,000. But because we are nearly full in our Next Level of Mastery program, our one-on-one program, we've started our Next Level of Momentum program, which is a group program. And I got to tell you, our experience with groups, there's something magical. So this is a program for people who don't need the high level of hand holding that and support and access to us that our mastery program provides. This is for the people who are the kind of high achieving. I know that I can do it myself if I just know the way, but I want to have an opportunity to get support and feedback when I get stuck, and have some like community and collab and containers to bounce ideas off of, to get reflections of myself, to learn from beyond what I could come up with and what I'm learning from the Next Level Love program. This is for the people who are like it's self-motivated and know how to use mentorship and support to their highest advantage. This is you are going to just soar in this program, and I am so excited for what you get to unlock by doing it. Momentum is a 6-month program for $10,000. And we have some really awesome bonuses right now if you get in as one of the founding members or the original members of our Next Level of Momentum program. Like I said, it's a newer program for us, not brand spanking new, but newer, and for a while until we hit a number that I'm holding in my brain that may or may not change. We're offering some pretty damn good bonuses. And not that that's why you should come into the program, because it's not. Come into the program because you know what you want from your relationship and from your life, and you know that we're the people to provide it. And if you don't know that, and if you're not sure, then don't reach out or apply. Hang around more, learn more about us, see if we are the right people, because when you know, you know. We're assigned to our people in this world, to the relationship revolutionaries, to the visionaries, to the big-hearted, world-loving game changers who are dreamers enough to still be clinging on to the idea that our relationships, our love can be fucking magical and life-changing. And by the way, they can. So, you're our people. And if you know, you know. And we look forward to talking to you and helping to walk alongside you as you transform your relationship in your life by doing the work that really counts. And comment Next Level Love if you want more information. And I'll put the link in the notes to our to the website from which you can just simply apply. So thanks for joining me for another Relationship Revolution conversation in the Relationship Revolution. I don't know. I'm playing with it. I will look forward to seeing you next Friday. Have a great weekend, y'all.